So, fellow citizens, I think by now you may have already picked up the story. We are here at Ibex Police here in Lusaka, where, Honorable Brian Mundubile, who is our presidential candidate, in the Tonse Alliance, has actually been detained here at the police station. Not formally detained yet, but is held in a room where they are supposed to continue interrogating him. Those of you who may have picked up the story is that he was intercepted on his way out of the country at the airport, where he was interrogated for quite a good number of hours. And interestingly, the law enforcement agencies decided to bring him to the Ibex police. We know that from the activities happening here, they are likely to detain him overnight. Now, as to what exactly they are detaining him for, we are not, fully aware of that, unless they conclude with their interrogations, and the lawyers will obviously give an update as to what sort of questions are being asked. I know there are a number of questions being asked as to who he has been speaking to. I hope that they don't frame up unreasonable charges against him. But you see, for me, this is, concerning. And I've always said this for quite a number of times, that it cannot be called a competition if you want to, stand alone. It cannot be an election if you want to be the only one on the ballot paper. And clearly from the mingalatos being played by President HH and the UPND, I want to suggest that they want to be the only ones on the ballot paper, because strategically they are pushing every competitor out of the race. Starting with their agenda to manipulate the electoral law. You are aware that our current electoral law is about to be amended, the next time that Parliament sits. So it is very clear that our colleagues would not want competition come August as we have the election. So this situation is very concerning. We wait to see or hear what sort of charges they may slap on Honorable Brian Mundubile. But I must mention here, President Mundubile now is not an individual. He's not just an ordinary, person or member of parliament. He has now become an institution. And so depending on how the UPND handles Honorable Mundubile, they are likely to cause unrest. Because I think from what you have seen here, people are trooping here. Not trooping here for Chimkwena, they are trooping here to offer solidarity, to show people that this man is commanding a lot of followers. And so it is quite, heartbreaking to see how our country is slipping into a complete tyranny or dictatorship. And I hope that our friends can realize that, in fact, they have the powers to even attempt to manipulate the election. Otherwise, attempting to throw every competitor out of the race will not work. Okay? So it's a very sad, episode, but we hope to see, what they will make out of the situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Just to add my voice to what is happening here at Ibex Police, I must say I'm deeply concerned with what is happening. What has really surprised me, the views that Honorable Brian Mundubile himself, the Tonse president, has told me, the questions that he was asked when he was being interrogated at the international airport, where you can imagine the person interrogating him finding out whether he has spoken to the Mwata, whether he has spoken to Xavier Chungu, whether Brian Mundubile has spoken to Moses Katumbi, whether Brian Mundubile has spoken to Sparks, and speaking to these people is a problem to an officer of state. I am really shocked. Now, Honorable Brian Mundubile has spoken to many people, including the Litunga. I think not long ago, Honorable Mundubile went to Western Province. I'm also concerned as to why speaking to the Litunga is not a problem, but speaking to the Mwata is a problem. Is the state trying to tell us that the Mwata is an enemy of this country? Is the state trying to tell us that Moses Katumbi is an enemy of this country? Are we trying to be told that Sparks is an enemy of this country, such that if Brian Mundubile spoke to any of these people, then it is a problem? It is very worrying. I think that government owes us an explanation. Government should give us a list of people who we should not speak to. They should give us a list of chiefs that we should not speak to. Because I don't know that speaking to the Mwata can cause a problem, such that you know, the security wings will come for me to find out whether I've spoken to them. I actually don't know that speaking to Sparks is a problem. So if speaking to any of the Zambian people, any of the members of the you know, the global family like Moses Katumbi is a problem, please give us a list of the people who you think are your enemies so that we can avoid speaking to them. Otherwise, what is happening here is deplorable, and I think it's embarrassing to our nation. It is embarrassing to the UPND administration, and it should simply come to an end. President Hakainde Hichilema should just continue focusing on you know, making the people understand that their government has been slow in implementing programs, as he himself admitted you know, the other day. And because of that, the people are discontent, and therefore he should find a message for the people, as opposed, you know, to just cherry picking. Tomorrow you're going to find me speaking to one of these people who I do not even know that is perceived as an enemy of the state, and you have a problem. So clearly this must come to an end. Thank you very much.
I don't think that will not have complied with the call out, but to wait for him at the airport at the moment when he's supposed to travel to whatever destination he was supposed to travel to is unprecedented in the history, which is modern civilization.
Thank you very much. So we continue to bring you live pictures right here from the Ibex.
What do you make of this situation?
And I'll be talking to the